Hello and welcome to my video where I'm going to show you how to knit the lattice seed stitch. As you can see, the result of this pattern is crisscross lines that have a woven effect, and in between are blocks of seed stitch. I think it's very effective and will be great for blankets. Right, so the first thing you need to do is cast on a multiple of 14 stitches plus 2. I cast on 30. So for row 1, which represents the right side or the front of the knitting, you need to begin with 7 purl stitches. So make sure the working yarn is in front of the needles towards you and purl 7. As always, remember that the working yarn needs to be at the back behind the needles for a knit stitch and at the front of the needles towards you for a purl stitch. Then take the working yarn between the needles to the back and knit 2 stitches. Then bring the working yarn between the needles to the front again and purl 5 stitches. And then you just repeat this over and over until you've only got 2 stitches left on the needle. So that's purl 7, knit 2, and purl 5. And then you just purl those last 2 stitches. Row 2 then begins with 2 knit stitches. Then for the repeating section of the row, you need to first knit 5 stitches. Then bring the working yarn between the needles to the front and purl 2. And then take the working yarn between the needles to the back again and knit 7. Then just repeat knit 5, purl 2, knit 7, over and over until the end of the row. So that's knit 5, purl 2, and knit 7. Then row 3 is just a knit row, so that's knit stitches all the way across. Then row 4 begins with 2 purl stitches. So make sure the working yarn is at the front and purl 2. And then the repeating section of this row begins with a knit stitch. So take the working yarn to the back and knit 1. Then bring the working yarn to the front and purl 1. Then knit 1. Then purl 1. Knit 1. And then purl 2. And just repeat that over and over until the end of the row. So that's knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and purl 2, and so on. Then row 5 begins with 3 knit stitches. Then bring the working yarn to the front for a purl stitch. Then do a knit stitch, a purl stitch, 4 knit stitches, a purl stitch, a knit stitch, a purl, and a knit. And just repeat that over and over until you've only got 2 stitches left. So that's knit 3, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 4, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and knit 1. And then you just knit those last 2 stitches. Then rows 6, 7, 8 and 9 are just repeats of these last two rows. So rather than demonstrate them again, I'm just going to put the pattern for them up on screen now. Then row 10 begins with 2 purl stitches. So make sure the working yarn is at the front and purl 2. Then the repeating section of this row is knit 12 and then purl 2. So that's knit 12 and purl 2. So now you just repeat knit 12, purl 2 until the end of the row. Then for row 11 we begin with 2 knit stitches. And then the working yarn comes to the front for 12 purl stitches. And then you just repeat knit 2, purl 12 over and over until you've only got 2 stitches left. And then you just knit those last 2 stitches. And then row 12 is nice and simple because it's just a purl row. So that's purl stitches all the way across. Then row 13 begins with 2 knit stitches. And then it's 1 purl stitch, 1 knit stitch, 1 purl, 1 knit, and 1 purl. And you just repeat that over and over until there are only 2 stitches left. So that's knit 2, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and so on. And then just knit those last 2 stitches. Then row 14 begins with 2 purl stitches. Then the repeating section is purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 4, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and purl 3. And you just repeat that until the end of the row. And finally, rows 15, 16, 17 and 18 are just repeats of these last 2 rows. So instead of demonstrating them, I'll again just put the pattern on the screen. And once you've finished all 18 of those rows, you'll have something that looks like this. As you can see, you get that really nice woven effect on the front. And here is what the back looks like. Obviously, you'll just then keep repeating these rows as many times as you wish. And that's it, that's how you knit the Lattice seed stitch. I really hope you found this helpful, and thank you very much for watching.